Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it to make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available, of course, on the Patreon. It's the 27th, Larson. We've got 4 days left. 4 days left. I didn't bring a comic book up here.
Oh, drat.
But if you get your $20 pledge in between now and the end of the month, you get your Going In Raw care package.
Oh, yeah.
And that includes a comic book, a poster, and some stickers and a postcard. Probably going to change that around a little bit in a couple months. So if you want the current iteration of the Going In Raw the way it is now, I mean, we're just going to sort of update it a little bit. You better get it in now.
No one's going to get that. Okay.
I super recommend a podcast called The Clearing.
The Clearing, yes.
The Clearing. You should really check it out. Anyways, so yeah. Monday Night Raw, Larson.
Yeah.
It went down last night.
That it did.
You were just looking at the community poll there.
Yeah.
And the in-betweens, this seems
the day.
This seems much more like a 50-50 type thing. Like even the yays and nays are very, gee whiz.
Oh, wow.
Epico, Mondo. Wow. Thank you, Epico.
Thank you, Epico.
That's enough now.
Yes.
So the yays and nays are even closer to 50% than they have been over the past couple weeks. Usually, a lot of people have been liking it.
The don't plan to watch seems a tad higher than usual as well.
That seems a little bit high. I actually thought Raw was pretty decent last night. What were your qualms with it?
I mean, you mentioned there were some good matches, and that's true. But apart from a couple good matches, I don't really feel like much happened. Like we found, Sasha said why she did what she did. Not really that interesting. She was jealous, essentially.
Yeah.
She did reference her reported tantrum at WrestleMania. They could do something a little more interesting based on that.
I wasn't huge on her promo.
No.
She's not like a great promo anyways. I'm not sure she's the person to get in the middle of the ring and try to elicit responses from crowds. I don't think she's ever been that.
Yeah, probably not. Well, maybe in NXT she was.
Her in-ring heel work
is really good.
Way better.
Yeah.
Like is way better than her promo heel work.
Yeah. I've gotten to the tipping point with what they're doing with Street Profits now. They just
thank God.
I mean, I still it's the thing where I feel like performance-wise they're fine. It's just we don't need people promoting what's going to happen later on the show.
Yeah.
We just don't need it. We don't need that. It's unnecessary. There's better ways. If they're there to showcase their personality, there's better ways to do that.
This is the worst possible showcase for Montez Ford because I think that he could be. I think his ceiling is so large.
Yeah.
That him if showcasing everything that isn't appealing about him is not the way to go. Because
I think what you're saying. I mean, like what I know what you're talking about. Like his really huge reactions and expressions. I think that could be a strength if used effectively.
Yeah, in small doses, in the right times.
What else? I mean, there's nothing bad about it per se. I just didn't really feel like. I don't know. I really feel like much happened storyline wise.
Maybe, and again, maybe it was one of those things where I don't know. Maybe I was just in a different mood yesterday. I thought that so. As of late, I think one big thing was it didn't feel as much like they were ramming Raw and SmackDown together. There was no Roman and Daniel Bryan stuff. There was no Kofi Randy Orton.
They did mention wild card rule though when Bayley came to the ring.
I didn't notice that, but that was the one time. I mean, was there anything else that was really a SmackDown thing? I don't think there was. It felt like an actual episode of Raw as opposed to like a Raw SmackDown Super Show. Because when you start cramming Roman in there, it's like, why couldn't I have got that on the SmackDown episode?
Yeah. I guess the only wild cards were Bayley and Heavy Machinery, I think.
Which Heavy Machinery, boy, they've fallen on hard times. And then I didn't think that would be the case.
Come on, man.
Stop it. You're grounded now. You're grounded. He's grounded. Now chat's going to just be bugging him for money. They're hitting him up. Hey, buddy. Anyways, I liked the pairing of Roode and Ziggler.
Yeah, it was kind of out of left field.
Oh, it was way out of left field. What's like lefter than left? Because
they're going to be a team for 2 weeks and then win the tag titles.
Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility.
It's a very distinct possibility.
Yeah. If they look, we were saying forever that Dolph was going to go away. If he's the guy who's not going to go away, and Bob Roode, a guy who we both like, is stuck with the guy who's not going away,
that means he's not going.
That means he's not going away.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. There's zero motivation behind. They try to shoehorn Dolph Ziggler, saying, there's one guy in the locker room that I look at who's got a twinkle in his eye.
Just a year ago, they were fighting each other.
And I'm like, Bob Roode does not have a twinkle in his eye, man.
No.
That's called desperation to get on TV.
Yes.
But I'm happy about that. I'm really happy that he's there. It just, there was no motivation for it whatsoever. I'm going to overlook that. I know a lot of people were also complaining about the finish to the main event. I was wondering
I didn't have a problem with that.
how they were going to get around that. I like sometimes when there's some consistency in how the characters act, and Braun.
Oh my goodness, Epico.
He says, because I can.
Because I can. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Braun sort of coming across as a bit of a dullard kind of makes sense sometimes. And I like that.
Well, far too often, the OC, especially Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, they really look like buffoons out there.
Fools. Yeah, totally.
And so while they didn't exactly look like chess masters in terms of moves and counter moves, they at least used the numbers advantage to their advantage.
Yeah, right.
And in the end, Braun got DQ'd thanks to some subterfuge from AJ Styles.
I like Braun's reaction when he's been outsmarted.
Yeah.
I like that. No. And
BS.
Then he totally did a Robin Stevens.
It says BS.
You light profanity.
UBS.
Yeah. So anyways, I thought that was pretty decent. Let's see here.
I did appreciate that AJ essentially did the Eddie Guerrero thing.
I love that. I
That's
love
good.
that,
That's
especially
what
with the
they're
guy. I see. That's what I want to see from heel AJ is crafty.
Yeah.
Is crafty, not necessarily like. I want crafty. Let's see here. No new patrons.
Yep. Where you looked.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well
earlier
done.
on.
Well done. The H title makes an appearance before we get into the show.
Yeah.
The H title makes an appearance today on
Ups and Downs,
What
right?
Culture's Ups and Downs, of course, with new H champion Simon Miller. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about that whole time, man. New exposure, more eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm all cool with
on
that.
the product.
I'm cool with more eyeballs.
Yeah, man. There's no downside to this. No downside. Adam Mayhem pulled the gun. I think the entire match should be up today at some point.
I think, yeah.
Anyways, let's read some of these super chats before we get started. Let's see here. First up from Epico Mondo with a giant super chat says, "Forget $20 pledge. I want a $100 tier." Well, we might have to do that, Larson. And then he says, "Here, take some more," with another giant super chat. And then finally he says, "Last one because I can." Thanks again to Epico Mondo.
Hope you have a good time on vacation.
The new Going in Raw benefactor.
Yes.
And then Amar QPR drops super chat, says, "Dolph is the best thing in WWE right now. Also, I've eaten nothing but ice cream for the last 4 days. Now I feel sick."
Oh, I can
That's
imagine.
not healthy, man. That's not healthy. It sounds delicious, though. Sounds delicious. I'm actually a big fan of Dolph these days. Didn't think they'd be able to do it. They did it.
Completely turned around. Well, he's just not
Completely
bitter.
turned me
He's just
around.
not bitter wrestler anymore.
He's fun.
Yeah.
He's
There's
fun.
nothing fun about him for the last, 8 years.
Yeah, I know.
Well, 6.
There's been bits and pieces. That
Yeah.
one pay-per-view we went to was good.
Yeah.
When he was doing his retirement thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was well executed, expertly performed, but like he wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Still, even then, he wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But at least he wasn't bitter wrestler. Mm-hmm. There's nothing fun about bitter wrestler. It's just not a good look. It's just not an interesting character.
Has there ever been a fun bitter or a bitter wrestler that's been interesting? When they first started doing bitter, like the worst.
Oh,
bitter,
well, there's Raven. What about me?
yeah.
What about Raven?
That was good. That's a good one. The worst bitter wrestler was when Jeff Jarrett came back in like '97, I think, to WWE.
Yeah.
And he cut that promo that was supposed to be like a shoot
His
style
shoot style,
promo.
but
It's like the least remembered promo ever. It's
You
funny.
really can't. do
Anyways.
that. Chino Brady says here, if Corbin wins King of the Ring, I'm done with Raw.
Oh, and then we get to talk about some King of the Ring math about touching things.
Yeah.
I think
before match, guaranteed L.
Yeah.
After match, going to the finals.
Corbin might have broken all the math by literally dropping his King of the Ring promo last night. He might win the entire.
Maybe
he might win the entire thing.
I've got a new member, Amar QPR. Welcome.
Welcome, Amar.
Welcome.
Episode of Raw kicked off with Sasha Banks delivering a promo. Like I said, I wasn't super into. I wanted to be really into this. I wasn't super into this.
She came to the ring and there was this extended pause. Like I think she was. Granted, I didn't have the volume up on my TV terribly loud. Like she was waiting for a reaction.
There wasn't much of it.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem: the crowd is really the crowd.
Yeah.
They don't really want. They don't really want to. I know. I saw it. They don't really want to boo her.
Yeah.
Because she's doing cool things.
I know.
So they're like, okay, let's see what she's going to say. We're excited to see her, but we don't really, we want to cheer her, but we know where she's going to make us not cheer her right now. So she comes down and
first she throws to a video package
of
everything else that happened. Then they come back to her and it's like, everybody's been asking me why. Mm-hmm. Why did I do what I do? Why did I attack Natalya? And so on and so forth. And she addresses the reported tantrum that she had after WrestleMania. Yeah. And she said, did I cry after my match at WrestleMania?
I sure did.
She named a couple. Did I take my ball and go home?
Did I pitch a tantrum on the floor, which is a very specific thing that Ryan Satin from Pro Wrestling Sheet had reported on. Now, let me ask you this, Larson. Do you think she was taking those – let's assume for a second that stuff wasn't true – but was reported and leaked out by somebody who had an agenda, which we know happens all the time.
Yeah, all the time,
Was it stuff that wasn't true that she was just running with, or was it stuff that actually happened that she was confirming?
I wasn't in that locker room. I don't know what happened in there.
You don't know? You know speculation on your part? No? Okay. All right.
We've heard that it happened. We heard that also it didn't happen. The reports of her and Bayley like sitting on the floor in the hallway of their hotel like talking really loudly about how upset they were about losing those titles. We heard that happened. We also heard it didn't happen.
The one thing
could be a thing with agendas. Could be a thing people are overblowing stuff that maybe they were kind of talking about how bummed out they were, and people ran with it and said, "Oh, they were having a tantrum."
The one thing that she said that I don't believe was that she could care less about those tag team titles.
Yeah, I know.
That seemed obvious that was like something very important to her.
Yeah,
like in real life.
And I kind of wish, rather than just saying her essentially saying, "Oh, I'm jealous of Becky because she was the main event and I should have been," if they had run with the idea that she had a tantrum about those tag titles, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm just jealous of Becky." No, I'm unappreciated by this company. Mm-hmm. Like if they're gonna do the shoot style stuff, go all the way with it. Yeah, dude. But then you get into sketchy territory. It's like, oh man, we were booked to lose these titles. Just say that. Just say I was put in that position and I was not happy about it. Unappreciated. You have to mention booking decisions. Yeah. And say I'm back here to reassert who the boss is around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Which essentially she said.
Yeah, I know, but the motivation for it isn't that interesting.
She addressed all that stuff. And
then she said, now that I've attacked Becky, spotlight is back on Sasha where it belongs.
Yeah. I did think, I don't know, man. I think in terms of reestablishing her as like top heel on Raw, I think it was a good attempt anyways. Like,
yeah,
it's like, hey, opening the show, spotlight's on you, you get the ring to yourself to say something. Even though I wasn't huge on the execution because I don't think it's her strong point, I still think that they did do their best to put that spotlight on her as top heel. For the flip side of that, when Natalya was top heel, I know she got promos and stuff, but it didn't feel like the spotlight was completely.
Yeah. We all knew that it was just there for Becky to get a win.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I guess like the move, having her open the show with a promo didn't backfire. It wasn't like at the end of said promo, the crowd wasn't cheering her.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Which if she had delivered a really good promo with, like when Becky came out and dropped the promo about how Charlotte just steals all her opportunity.
Right.
People were like, yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
We totally get this. And people were like, even more people jumped on the Becky bandwagon at that point. So at least they didn't go really is that direction. Maybe this is more a matter of execution where Becky delivered. You're like, oh yeah, I believe her 100%.
Yeah.
This is messed up. Charlotte keeps stealing Becky's opportunity.
I think there's a concerted effort with Sasha not to have the Becky thing happen, which is smart. You don't want. Well, I don't know. Is it smart? I don't know. I kind of feel like if you got if you got people going crazy, people having to choose who to go crazy over, that's not a bad problem.
It's not a bad decision to be in. But then, whereas Becky was going up against Charlotte, people are just naturally going to dislike Charlotte because she's such a good heel.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But with Sasha, at least in the short term, going up against Natalya, who's a great wrestler, she doesn't elicit the same kind of fan reaction that Charlotte does.
Right, yeah.
So you run the risk of Sasha, who people still want to like, in there against Natalya. There's still the chance that people will just cheer Sasha if she's doing cool stuff, and her foil doesn't elicit the babyface reaction that they want.
Sure, yeah.
So the risk is still there. Anyways, Natalya comes down to the ringside area. They start brawling all around ringside. People get tossed into steps and whatnot. Refs eventually break it up.
Yeah.
After that, backstage, Street Profits hyping up the show. And then Montez gets to explain what the rules for the tag team turmoil match is. Pretty much just a gauntlet match.
Yeah.
In fact, it is just a gauntlet match.
It's a gauntlet match, but it's turmoil. The one thing that I do sort of I'm optimistic about is that with the Street Profits doing that thing now where they'll stop in the middle of a promo and they'll look menacingly into the camera. I don't know, but we've heard they're not going to leave NXT anytime soon. I just hope that maybe signifies that they might start wrestling.
I hope so.
At least part-time on Raw.
That'd be nice.
Like, why would they be cool talking about this tag team turmoil? They're a tag team.
Yeah, they're a tag team. They've been a tag team for a while, and there's like two kind of shoved together teams at the top of the tag team division.
There's a shoved together team. There's at least two scrub teams with the B team and Hawkins and Wright.
And there's a put together team. They're champions right now.
Heavy Machinery hasn't done anything. Yeah. And then there's the tag champions. Yeah. They should want in on that is my point.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's what just bums me out about the entire thing.
Yeah, no, and there should have been. I wish there was kind of an underlying thing going on while Montez was describing these rules.
And that's what I'm maybe hoping with that weird glare that they do in the camera, is that maybe they're signifying that they're going to be ready for action soon.
Could be, I hope so. I did appreciate Angelo Dawkins' Eyes Wide Shut reference later on the show.
Me too. I know. That was fun.
That was pretty cool. First match of the show, King of the Ring action. Ricochet taking on Drew McIntyre.
Probably the best match of the show, too.
It was really good. Ricochet
really good.
comes down the ring, gets a picture-in-picture promo. Totally fine. Then Drew comes out. And Drew, what are you doing? You stay away. It's like if you're in Money in the Bank. You don't touch a ladder before that match.
Why do these people know these things?
I don't know.
Because that dude just started putting his hands on everything.
Oh, man, he just sat in the throne, grabbed the scepter and the crown, smirked.
Yeah.
Bad move, Drew.
Awful move.
Bad move.
Awful move. He broke my bracket, man.
Yeah.
He broke my bracket.
Well, I picked Kevin Owens, and we all know how that went. Anyways, we get another picture-in-picture this time with Drew saying he's going to be King of the Ring.
Yeah, I like this. The picture-in-picture is great because not only did he say he's going to be King of the Ring, he said once he becomes King of the Ring, he essentially said he's going to fire everybody who's not up to snuff.
Well, he's been saying the whole idea that there's a lot of complacency in the locker room. That was like when he came back up to Maine, that was kind of his MO as heel Drew.
Yeah.
Is that he's going to clear out all the people who aren't motivated to be great. So I guess he's continuing with that.
Yeah, man.
There's a through line.
Fire them all.
Well, I think he's going to. I don't know if he had the authority to fire him, but I think he'd want to beat the heck out of a lot of them.
I think maybe he misunderstands the authority that he's bequeathed to him as king.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're king. Are you okay? What happened? What was that?
I just hit my funny bone on the edge of the chair.
Oh.
Man, that just sent. Ow. Oof. Anyways, continue.
All right. Walk that off, pal. Anyways, so yeah, Drew just rubs everything all over the throne, rubs his scepter all over his manscaped B-sack.
Oh.
And then they're off to the races. We have a really fantastic match where Drew just sort of ragdolls Ricochet a whole lot. He catches him ringside, hits a backbreaker across the barricade. Sort of confirmed that the sort of confirmed.
Shot, like right
good thing
right
Epico's dropping all these super chats on us because we're gonna need to go to the emergency
I'm finally
room
getting
in
the
a
sensation back in my pinky and ring finger here.
Oh,
that hurt.
Man.
Oh,
totally sold the funny bone, man.
Oh,
ouch. That's what Ricochet was saying.
That was a shoot reaction right there, man.
Shoot.
Oh,
yeah. Ouch.
Woo.
You're good. You're
That
good.
Did not feel good.
You're good, man. You're
feel
good. You're good. Oh, that's the worst. What's worse, that or that one, like when you get hit awkwardly in one of your balls?
Oh, nothing's worse than getting hit in
That's the worst.
in your front area, and because the worst part about that is you got to wait that 5 to 10 seconds to see if it's going to hurt or not.
It's sometimes a lot longer too. Like Lacey and I were throwing the ball back and forth to Gypsy. We're playing like monkey in the middle, Gypsy in the middle. And then she throws the ball, and I sort of wasn't paying attention. I was looking at, I don't know, the wall or something because I'm a dullard. And the ball hits just right there. Just right. Then it's like, ah! Oh, man. It's like last week. I still feel it.
Ugh.
Anyways, this is all Drew beating up on Ricochet.
Yeah, beating up Ricochet, catching him while Ricochet was doing all sorts of high-flying stuff.
Also confirmed during this match, Ricochet is not babyface enough to not get people to say one more time. Because one of these things that, when Drew caught him and backbreaker on the barricade.
And then on the apron, yeah.
Crowd started chanting one more time.
Yeah, I guess I was wrong about that. That was a cool spot. And then later on, Ricochet goes for a reverse Rana. Drew catches it, hits his reverse Alabama slam. But then later on, Drew is trying to do like a stinger splash in the corner. Ricochet catches him.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And he transitions, hits a Northern Light suplex, rolls over, goes for the second suplex. And then Drew says, drops him with the Falcon Arrow. There's this great bit where Ricochet hits, I think, like a forearm off the ring steps, goes back. Oh, a kick. Goes back, jumps off the ring steps again. Drew hits him with the headbutt. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. In the ring, Drew goes for a Claymore. Ricochet responds with a super kick, a few more kicks. Drew hits a clothesline, a powerbomb, gets a 2 count. I love Drew's deadlift powerbomb.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
I know. It looks so great.
Then they're brawling in the corner. Ricochet hits a recoil. That's the one need code breaker.
Yeah.
That's what they're calling it.
I love, boy, that's such a pretty move.
It is.
He does it so pretty.
He jumps off the second rope to hit it, goes up, follows it with a 630 for the win. Clean.
Yeah. Clean win over, boy.
I called that.
They love, what'd you call?
Ricochet beating Drew.
Yeah. Didn't I call that yesterday too?
No, I mean, we were doing our brackets initially. I called it.
Oh, okay. Well, then Kevin, yeah, but your bracket's already done.
Yeah, I
busted,
know, but
man.
at least since I did so poorly in that aspect, I'm gonna
take your credit.
Take
man.
all the credit I can.
Take your credit. So yeah, I don't know. So at this point, given that both of our brackets are technically busted, we can re-bracket.
No, technically any of it is totally busted.
They're just busted wide open, man.
Pretty much whoever wins, I think the Samoa Joe Ricochet match is going to win the whole tournament at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no chance for Baron. No. He literally delivered his entire King of the Ring promo last night.
I know, and since he's
there's no way he's going to deliver it again.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
No, he's not winning.
Yeah. Yeah, you do need somebody. That's actually a pretty good point. You need somebody who can cut like a great promo for your. So that's got to be Samoa Joe, right? Nah, it ain't going to be him.
So whoever wins the Joe Ricochet match, man, I feel like that's going to be the guy who wins the whole thing.
You think so?
Because on the other side, you got Elias taking on the winner of Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali. I feel like Ali's going to win that because Daniel Bryan or Rowan is going to
be Andrade. If it's anybody else, it's going to be Andrade.
Well, I'm just going through the whole bracket.
I'm leaning towards Andrade.
You get Elias, and they seem to be really firm on this heel-face dynamic too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have Elias and Mustafa Ali, and then Chad Gable will beat Shelton Benjamin, so he can take on Andrade.
Yeah.
Andrade will beat Gable.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a great match too.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa Ali will beat Elias.
Yeah.
So you get Andrade and Ali. So depending if we get Samoa Joe or Ricochet on the Raw side, you know what? If Joe wins and Ali moves on, if Ricochet wins and Andrade will move on, and then Ricochet will probably win.
I'm going to say right now my new bracket is Ricochet Andrade in the finals. Andrade wins, and you got Zelina cutting a promo for him, and then he drops one of them awesome promos.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with.
Actually, I'd be cool with Joe, Ricochet, Andrade, Mustafa Ali, or Buddy Murphy. Any of them winning, I'd be totally happy.
I'd be very
Too
surprised
soon for Buddy.
because Buddy's push is so accidental that
Yeah.
there's no way that's going to be the case. Who else?
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali is sort of just a second-rung Ricochet at this point.
Andrade, that'd be great.
Andrade, I think, is there.
Ricochet, that'd be great.
I think Ricochet is there, but I don't think...
And Samoa Joe. What?
Is there any precedent for like a straight-up babyface winning King of the Ring?
Well, Brett won it twice as a babyface.
Yeah. In the past 20 years, though.
I'd have to look.
All the big ones? Barrett, Sheamus. I'm sorry, I'm not putting them in the big ones. But Barrett, Sheamus, Booker, Stone Cold. I mean, he was sort of villainous at the time, or he was a tweener at best. Angle.
He was kind of in face territory.
But he was also a really strong promo. If you look at the two
Ken
guys,
Shamrock was a face
the
when he
two
won.
guys who were faces like made no impact as King of the Rings. Billy Gunn and Shamrock. I'm pretty sure Billy Gunn was a face at the time.
That's when he was the one Billy Gunn.
It's true. It's very heavy on the heels.
Yeah, it is.
And Joe, they have talked nothing about Joe. And it could be that they're not talking about Joe being king because he's going to win.
Or they don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Just wait and see if he sits in the chair. If he sits in the chair, he's not winning.
But Joe also, if he starts touching that chair, I don't know, man. I'm thinking that I'm saying it's Andrade. Watch, does he have a match tonight?
No, he had his match last week against Apollo Crews.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, let's say he won't have a match tonight. In fact, I got to put SmackDown preview in here, but it's not going to be a King of the Ring match.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll take a minor Epico update break. He said, I got too many pending charges. Can't right now. It says a bank. Like, I guess his bank is stopping him from dropping super chats. That's good. I just enjoy. I hope he's not drunk super chatting us.
We do know he's on vacation right now.
Right. Oh, man. Anyways, now that we discussed all the King of the Ring business, we'll get back to that when we talk about Baron Corbin and his decree. Let's talk about this Seth Rollins and Braun situation.
Yeah, so they're backstage being interviewed, and Seth is doing a lot of the talking, and Braun just keeps staring at the Universal title.
Which is, honestly, I'll be honest, kind of one of my favorite things right now.
Yeah.
Because Seth is just trying to talk in the interviews, and he's all just staring at
That picture they use for the graphics for Braun is great.
I know.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So then Braun's like, hey, I just want to know who you're going to challenge at Clash of Champions for the Universal title. And Seth's like,
ha ha ha. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of talented people in the locker room.
But are you saying you want to challenge? And Braun goes, nah, partner. I'm just testing to make sure we're a cohesive team. But yes, I want to challenge for that title.
I want to challenge for it now.
And then Seth goes, oh, well, I never ran away from a fight. You're on. So they get to defend those tag titles at Clash of Champions. And then Seth will battle Braun for Universal title.
I think it's a pretty decent hook. Like, it's a pretty decent story going on.
They're really pushing the history-making aspect of it. It's the first time that tag champions will defend the belts, and then someone who's a singles champion will defend that title against their partner.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, fast forward to... Is Braun the smart first opponent for Seth, man?
No.
He's totally not. Like, how do you book yourself out of this without making Braun look bad again? You know, I feel like right now with Braun, there's a really, really awesome chance at a reset because that's what we have.
Yes.
The crowd's back into it. It was a little while since we had seen him. Yeah. You have the opportunity here to sort of de-big show him, you know, to un-big show him.
Totally.
And I kind of feel like the way to do that is have the guy win big matches.
I know.
But it's obviously way too early for him to win that Universal Championship as it pertains to Seth Rollins.
I know.
Because here's the thing about Braun. You go back to him, he looks amazing these days.
He's
right?
jacked.
He was gone. You got a reset button. With Braun, we've always felt that there was absolutely the opportunity there for him to be a franchise guy.
Yeah.
Like, you can toss him on his own show, on a SmackDown, without Brock Lesnar, and that guy should be able to pull.
You can build the show around him.
You could. You totally could.
Yeah.
If booked properly.
Yeah.
You get the Clash of Champions. How do you get out of that? How do you do that? The only way I was thinking, I'll just throw this out there. You're much better at fantasy booking than I am. I totally admit to that. Is Seth somehow gets isolated to such a degree in that tag match that he just gets the living crap beat out of him, like big time. So he limps into that Universal title match, and Braun just looks at him and says, it can't be like this. Like, Braun needs the actual challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even that I don't like. How do you do it?
Just have Braun win.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Because I think everybody assumes that it's a certainty that Braun and Seth are going to drop those tag titles. What if that doesn't happen? What if Seth and Braun pick up the win, and then Braun beats Seth for the Universal title in the main event?
It's a sticky situation.
You prolong the sticky situation. You have two guys who are obviously at odds with one another over the top title, yet they still have to coexist because they're tag champions.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how long they want this feud to go on. If this is just kind of a stopgap thing for Clash, because the reported match for Seth at Hell in a Cell was against Drew. But, cards always subject to change.
Yeah, man. I have such a hard time believing they're starting to book Drew into oblivion, man. It's going to be difficult for him to come off as credible because even during the match, he's had a really hard time against really tiny, small, weak people. Like that. Corey said something like he's got a harder time against smaller opponents
yes.
faster than him.
Yes.
That's a problem, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of a problem. Well, like, kayfabe-wise, Seth, he just got out of a feud with Brock, someone who's way larger and stronger than you. And, yeah, you want your faces to take on all challenges. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you just got over, vanquishing this huge beast. Now you're going to take on a monster?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a good idea for your body, Seth.
Yeah. I mean, if Braun was the last in a string of like monsters, like, he took on Brock and he's all beat up, and he sells it over the effects of, he sells the effects over the span of like weeks and months as he takes on big guys like Drew, Joe, maybe even Corbin, and he ekes out these victories, and then Braun shows up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, that's just too much for him.
Yeah. We've been pushing that kind of storyline for a long time, and they haven't really done it.
And with a couple different people. And that's sort of how it needs to be done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next, we got another King of the Ring first-round match. The Miz taking on Baron Corbin. Miz starts off with a promo saying that, listing off all his accolades, and says, but he wants everything, and that includes being King of the Ring, because that hasn't happened yet. Mm-hmm. Fun enough match. At one point, Miz hits a skull-crushing finale. Baron kicks out. And then hits End of Days for win. And then he goes up. He sits on the throne. He puts the crown on his head.
He coronates himself.
Yes.
He
drops the mic.
He
drops
has
the promo, sorry.
Yeah, he has his own coronation where he cuts his King of the Ring promo. And I'll be honest, man, Jimmy Thomas in the Discord dropped a picture, like a still from it. And it was pretty great. Everything that you've been saying and everything that I've kind of known, he would be hugely entertaining as King of the Ring. We sort of got all that last night.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is we got it without the week after week after week of having to get it rammed down our throats.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy we got our cake and eat it too. He got to do everything that would be entertaining as King of the Ring. It's all out of the way. We got it last
I did
night.
appreciate how commentary was very clear about how people don't like Baron. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't as if they framed it as if it's go away heat, essentially.
Yes.
They were talking about how awful he was as GM.
Yeah.
I mean, they came just short of saying that he tanked the ratings personally.
That might be a historically ugly crown.
It's really bad.
It looks so cheap. That's the most Party City thing I've seen.
It totally is.
Yeah, really.
It totally is. The scepter looks really cheap too.
Yeah. But yeah, boy, he just sat in there. He sat in that throne like it was a freaking lazy boy.
Like it was just made for him.
That was great. Yeah, it was a terrific promo too. It really was.
Well, then he addressed it like, "Hey, no one wants me to sit in this chair.
Yeah.
But I don't do anything for any of you people. I do everything for me.
Right now, I'm burning fart holes into it." Yeah. Anyways, after that, we had an OC interview, where
Gallows and Anderson were complaining about how Braun and Seth were just essentially gifted a tag opportunity. They didn't earn it.
Now they have to go through tag team turmoil
to get a chance to reclaim their titles. Didn't really work it out too well for them. Next, Bayley versus Nikki Cross. These two have really good chemistry. This is a really fun match. Nikki's new ring gear looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
With all the kind of like shimmery green stuff on it.
It's like shimmery green. I don't know. Was it like she was wearing like shimmery green tights underneath her ripped up jeans? Is that what it was?
No, I think the
shimmery green is part of it.
Yes,
interesting. Yes. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I thought that looked great.
Yeah, it looked neat.
Nonetheless, Bayley wins. Top rope elbow. Fun match though.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a cool match. Yeah, don't have much to add to that one. Yeah, it was just like a straight up match. Mm-hmm. After that, we had a Braun interview. I don't remember much of what he said.
Oh, he's talking about AJ because he has a U.S. title shot later on in the main event.
Okay. All right.
He was talking about how, because when I think it was this one was brought up that he could potentially have essentially all the gold.
Yes.
You could have 3 matches at Clash of Champions for the U.S. title, tag championships, and the Universal title.
Yeah, I kind of remember that part.
And he says let me get all those belts in these hands or something like that.
Hands, belts.
Belt
hands. Yeah. You see, Sean Ross Sapp had a pretty decent interview with Braun, where Braun was throwing some shade at dirt sheets in a comical way.
Yeah.
Understanding fully that Sean Ross Sapp is wrestling journalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, he said in that interview, I believe, that he was a month away from his contract expiring before they set up a new deal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Boy, he must be getting paid.
Yeah.
Paid.
I'm sure he's making a A pretty penny.
No kidding. Yeah, absolutely.
Then we get Tag Team Turmoil.
Tag Team Turmoil.
Kicks off with War Raiders versus B Team, go, go, go. Wasn't much of a match.
No. Although I kind of wish that they had rolled, and they kind of did with the OC, with the idea that, look, even in storyline, War Raiders have never taken on, like since NXT, a good team. This has been, how long have they been on main roster?
Since Romania, so 4 months.
Yeah.
More than that.
And ever since then,
that's not true. They beat Hawkins and Ryder, or they pinned Hawkins and Ryder shortly after Mania.
Nah, man, they're a scrub team. Come on.
They were champions at the time.
They're a scrub team. They've never really fought like a good team, and so they shouldn't be that good. Like, it's like you need to practice a little bit. You need to face some challenges to keep your game up. And in fact, that kind of happened with the OC because they dispatched the B team pretty quick.
Yeah, Hansen hits Viking Experience, or they hit Viking Experience, and Hansen pins Bo Dallas.
Then the Only Club comes out, and it's just a mess. It's just a brawl. The ref never gets under control. And eventually it's just a big brawl. Ref just throws it out. He says they're both disqualified because they're not listening to me. They're not paying attention to the rules.
Not respecting my authority.
Yeah. So War Raiders, they had the fits there. There were some cool bits.
That suicide dive was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I don't know. I don't know. It was kind of lame.
Well, the thing that you obviously take away from it that's cool is that this is going to be an actual feud for War Raiders.
Yeah.
And the OC, these are two top tag teams that theoretically could have some really good matches.
They could, theoretically, yeah.
Hopefully they won't be on main event.
Yes.
It'd be cool if they were in the main event.
I feel like it might be on main event.
But it might be on main event.
It won't be in the main event unless War Raiders get a third person to join them for a 6-man tag match.
Yeah.
Next, we had the new team of Bob Roode and Dolph Ziggler taking on Lucha House Party.
Was this announced in advance at all?
What?
The fact that they were a tag team?
Yeah. Street Profits mentioned them.
Oh, okay. That's why, because I tune out.
And they were on the graphic of the 8 teams, too.
Oh, okay. I don't pay attention to that either. Well, that's cool. So that for me, it was a big surprise.
All right.
I was like, what the hell? Who is this tag team going to be?
Yeah.
Because I don't pay attention when Montez talks anymore. And then
maybe you should.
Yeah, they're like, no.
Get these details that you miss otherwise.
No, he has nothing to say. And then Ziggler came out. I was like, oh, I can get behind this because, like I said earlier, Ziggler's not going anywhere. That means Roode's not going anywhere. He seemed pretty happy too.
Yeah, he at least seemed motivated. The finish of this was cool. Grand Metalik was doing a handspring move off the ropes. Dolph super kicks him.
Yeah,
pins him, gets the win for Team Roode Dolph.
Yeah, do they have a nickname?
No, WB Twitter put a thing on Twitter saying, hey, give us a name for this team.
That's our mandate then. What do we do, man? What's the name?
Glorious.
We found like at least 15 good names for Bob Roode and Bob Lashley.
Yeah, there's Glorious Domination, Glorious Impact Connecticut.
Bob Squad.
Bob Squad. Glorious Show-Offs.
Jameson Copeland says Rudolph.
That's good. That's good. Rudolph wins with me.
Rudolph.
That's good.
Oh, C-Pain. Oh, sorry. C-Pain, you had it before him. Mikhail had it before him. Oh, man.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Glorious Perfection. Glorious Heels. Yeah, that's great.
All good.
Rudolph is the best. Though.
Rudolph, that wins.
And man, Rudolph had a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Number one, how smooth were they as a tag team for being thrown together?
Very.
That was great.
They probably took 20 minutes before the Raw started to work through some stuff.
I know. Boy, they were smooth.
They got tons of experience working tag teams, so that probably helps a lot too.
Yep.
Next, Rudolph took on the Revival. This was fun. In the end, though, Bob Roode picks up the win for Rudolph, pinning Scott Dawson after a glorious DDT.
When did you watch this West Coast feed?
Yeah.
Did they show Black when at the pin on this?
Oh, I didn't notice.
Okay, because Roode really grabbed a chunk of Dawson's tights, and it was all butt cheek. And then when he did the pin, the camera was staring right at the taint area, and woo, it was like a millimeter away from showing B-hole, man.
Wow.
Yeah. And then somebody else said, oh, that's why my screen went black for a couple seconds. And I was like, wait a second, we're both watching the East Coast feed. That's weird that I wouldn't have
7-second delay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
that's
didn't.
weird.
I didn't get it on mine. Is my point.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So that's odd. So yeah. Anyways, good thing we didn't have to see an actual b-hole. I mean, I don't want to see Scott Dawson's b-hole, man. Dash Wilder, maybe, not Scott Dawson.
All right.
That dude's dirty. You can tell.
Next, we had Rudolph taking on Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. This, of course, is last. It started during commercial break, and like 30 seconds afterwards, Dolph pins Zack Ryder after another super kick. Again, not much of a match.
Scrub.
And then finally, it's Rudolph taking on Heavy Machinery. The finish of this was really cool. Heavy Machinery is going for a compactor. Otis has Bob Roode in power slam position. Tucky's bouncing off the ropes to do the Thez press on him. Dolph hits him with a super kick.
Yeah.
And then follows up with a zigzag. So he zigzags Tucky on top of Otis.
Yeah.
And then Roode hits Tucky with glorious DDT to get the win.
Yeah.
It was actually a really cool finish.
Yeah, man. Roode got the pin on 2 of these. It was great. It was awesome.
They each got 2 pins.
Yeah. That's
really, as long if you have Dolph being reasonably entertaining and funny, and he just super kicking everybody, I can get on board with that.
Who wouldn't want that? Who doesn't want
I'd
that?
be fine with that. Drop a famous or two in there, maybe a zigzag
and then
from time
on
to
top
time.
of that, look, man, some interaction between him and Bob Roode. I think it'd be terrific. Have them both wear suits, man.
Yeah,
They could be like Crockett and Tubbs.
Yeah.
Because Dolph always wears the.
Usually
Which one was Don Johnson?
Crockett, yeah.
Was he Crockett?
Sonny Crockett, yeah.
Okay. So he's like the Crockett.
So he pushes the sleeves up on his sports coat.
Bob Roode is Tubbs. He used to look dapper. Mm-hmm. I don't know who played Tubbs.
Oh,
what was
his
his
name?
Was Hector Elizondo in that show? No, what's his face?
Edward James Olmos.
Edward James Olmos. Almost.
God, what's the dude's name that played Tubbs?
Tubbs.
He has 3 names.
Was that show called Miami Vice?
Yeah, Miami Vice.
You ever see the movie?
No.
Philip Michael Thomas.
Yes.
That dude's got
He had 3 names.
He's got all the first names. I didn't know his first name in the show was Ricardo Tubbs.
No, I guess I didn't realize that either. I need to go back and watch some Miami Vice. That was a good show.
Yeah, no, it was like a groundbreaking show. Swearingen was in it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's always weird to see him young.
Yeah. Next, had a Roman.
I like W.S. Fletcher knew that. That dude, I could see W.S. Fletcher's being a Miami Vice aficionado. He's a brain expert and Miami Vice fan fiction writer.
There you go. Next, Roman Reigns. Who attacked Roman Reigns? Recap. More or less the same as what had been on TV the last 2 weeks. Next, Sasha taking on Natalya. This is actually a pretty back and forth match until Sasha slams Natalya's bad arm into the ring post and then tosses her in the timekeeper's area.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
And then rams her into the ring post again. Back in the ring, it's only a matter of time before Sasha hits a backstabber, transitions to bank statement. Natalya seems like she's about to get to the ropes. And then Sasha does something a little different with the bank statement. She puts Natty's good arm, I think, between her legs and then wraps her bad arm around her head to kind of make it like a bank statement sleeper or Cobra Clutch type move.
I love that they played that out for a while. She was in that move for a while, and Sasha was laughing, and she was like sticking her tongue out and like really healing it up while Natalya was in that position. Yeah. And then she says, I give up, or I quit. She taps. And then Sasha just keeps it in there.
Well, she leaves the ring and then comes back in and puts it on her again.
Right. Yeah.
And then, she's really healing it up at that point.
Yeah. I thought that was really, really strong stuff. Just pretty easily dispatches of Becky's last.
It was a pretty
opponent.
short match, yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Next, AJ Styles interview.
AJ Styles.
Saying he's going to beat Braun.
I don't need Gallows and Anderson because they're banned from ringside. I don't need them.
And then we had Cedric Alexander versus Cesaro in a hell of a match. Some good storytelling here. During commercial break, unfortunately, Cesaro started going after Cedric's knee, and commentary is really pushing the story since Cedric has his quarterfinal match against Baron Corbin next week. Will his legs be compromised for such an important bout? Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah, I like that. Cesaro was trying to play spoiler.
Yeah. Well, he said, I guess, that the idea commentary said that Cesaro said he wanted to take Cedric out so that spot would be open in the tournament so he could get back in it. That was his goal, apparently.
Smart. Well, you got to do.
He's already been eliminated. Joe beat him.
Yeah, well,
I would think if you've already been eliminated from the tournament, you just can't get back into it.
Dude, we have the rule book back there, all right?
Yeah,
and
no.
what is the rule book?
It's a doodle pad.
It's like a crazy person's. It's like a crazy person's manifesto.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I like this. I think Cedric is, especially with this match, Cesaro targeting his leg. He, threw it into the LED board there on the apron.
That was really cool.
And Cedric is really top notch at selling it verbally. You can hear him screaming and moaning in the ring. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It adds so much to it.
Yeah,
he's great. But anyways, he picked up a really, really hard fought win with a lumbar check, and yeah, it was just a really terrific.
It was
match.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
After that, 24/7 title recap, all the stuff that happened at Fox's Founders Day, I think they said.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, where Elias is doing a show. R-Truth pins him for the title. Drake's there. He gets tossed into the dunk tank. Mm-hmm. And then what's his name? Rob Stone?
Yeah, Rob Stone.
The Fox Sports host.
I think, yeah.
Pinned R-Truth for it.
Uh-huh.
And then Elias rolled him up pretty much right afterwards.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
It was good stuff.
It was fun. Next, a Rudolph interview, kind of explaining the origins of their team. Essentially, Dolph doesn't really like anybody in the locker room, but then he saw Bob Roode, and he had the twinkle in his eye like he had. Let's form a team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did Bob Roode? Oh yeah, Bob Roode did say some stuff.
Yeah, he did talk.
Then he got to talk too.
Yeah.
And they both did the glorious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. We've got 666 viewers right now.
Nice.
Devil.
After that, another Street Profits promo, kind of recapping and hyping up the main event. This is when Angelo Dawkins dropped a pretty fun Eyes Wide Shut reference.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Then Braun walks on through.
Yep.
Then they did this weird, not weird, I guess just to keep him in the eye or in the minds of people.
Yes.
Firefly Funhouse recap with Bray Wyatt. It just sort of was a supercut of his best bits.
Supercut, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a compilation you see on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of Firefly Funhouse stuff.
Yeah.
That brought us to our main event, which is AJ Styles versus Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was a really fun match.
It was.
Yeah. AJ Styles is a heel as crafty heel versus Braun Strowman, but it's still an AJ Styles match where you can't help but love the guy. He's going up against this big monster. He's really small, and that's always a lot of fun.
AJ's tossing his body around all over the place, selling for Braun.
It's hard not to love that.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
So before commercial break, Braun has the upper hand. AJ goes for phenomenal form at one point, trying to get it. Braun catches him with chokeslam, gets it too. We go to commercial, we come back. AJ has the advantage because he's been working Braun's leg. He puts him in the calf crusher. Braun powers out. And then AJ evades Braun. Braun goes into the ring post. And for some reason, the ref gets on the apron to check on Braun. So he's talking to Braun. And then AJ kicks Braun in the back. Braun hits the ref. The ref goes flying off the apron onto the floor. Ref bump. He's out of the equation. AJ goes on the offensive. Starts gouging Braun's eyes. Kicks him in the front area. Mm-hmm. Goes and gets the chair. Hits Braun with it. Tries to hit it again. Braun picks him up for a power slam. Gallows and Anderson run down to the ring. They attack Braun. He grabs the chair, fends them off. So Braun has the chair in his hand, and the ref starts to come to. AJ sees that, flops, like he just got hit, and then the ref sees Braun with chair and says, "I heard it. I didn't see it, but I heard it."
2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I think so.
At that point, shouldn't Braun have just been like, "Look, Gallows and Anderson are here. Mm-hmm. Put that together. Mm-hmm. Add that to your map."
Yeah, they were banned from ringside.
They're banned from ringside. Doesn't that do something?
Yeah, you think so.
Put it together, man.
Ref calls for the bell. AJ wins by DQ, and then Braun takes the chair to every member of the OC, and then power slams them all too.
Man, he was destroying people.
Hands.
Yeah, hands.
So
that was Raw. I thought it was. I don't know. I guess I wasn't necessarily surprised that people were kind of like really split on it, but I enjoyed it. So
it had some good matches. It just doesn't feel like the creative is getting at least more logical and reasonable. Mm-hmm. But it still doesn't feel like must-watch TV on a weekly basis.
It's definitely hit or miss. Like some weeks it feels like, oh wow, that was really good. I thought this week I was happy about watching it this week, and also for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it was just what I was doing at home. It seemed to go by faster for me. I don't know why.
No, because you're watching the East Coast feed. Try watching the West Coast feed and see if that's your.
Oh no, dude, it's not like week to week. It still feels. Sometimes it feels like it's 4 hours. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Even on the East Coast.
Yeah. Sometimes even when it's kind of good, you look at the clock and you're like, oh, it must be halfway through the show at least. No, you're 45 minutes in.
Right. Sometimes it's like, why is it only 6:30?
Yeah. Yep. All right, SmackDown preview time. Mustafa Ali, and Buddy Murphy renew their rivalry in King of the Ring.
This is going to be
Give it 20 minutes.
This is going to be a killer match.
One of 205 Live's most intense rivalries will be renewed on SmackDown Live, this time with regal implications as Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy clash in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. In their time between the purple ropes, Ali and Murphy clash on numerous occasions, each bout a thrilling daredevil affair that had the WWE Universe on the edge of their seat. This time, both superstars find themselves in interesting positions. Ali trying to reestablish himself after an injury put him on the shelf, and Murphy fresh off a victory over former WWE champion Daniel Bryan, who will make the most of this huge opportunity.
What is this here? Is this from...
Oh, it's a tweet from Mustafa, or this is like a little Mustafa Ali promo.
Okay.
That they attached to it.
Cool. Next up, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin clash in King of the Ring. The second week of this, you like how they made Chad Gable like super taller than Shelton Benjamin back here?
Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually.
The second of this week's opening round King of the Ring battles feature former tag team partners Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin going head-to-head. Benjamin started playing mind games with Gable last Tuesday, poking fun at the former Olympian's height. Will Shelton's mind games pay off, or will Gable show that size doesn't matter once the bell rings? And then there's a little tweet from him that says, training for this tournament like I train for every important tournament I've ever won.
There's a lot of tweets in this particular preview. Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan demand apology from Roman Reigns. Last Tuesday, SmackDown Live ended on a shocking note as Daniel Bryan revealed the man who he claims orchestrated the recent attacks on Roman Reigns, when Bryan pulled the hood off the mysterious figure, revealing a man who bore a striking resemblance to Eric Rowan. Reigns and the WWE Universe were left with more questions than answers. In the wake of this revelation, Bryan and Eric Rowan feel the case is closed and are now demanding an apology from Reigns for even thinking they were behind the attacks.
Why doesn't Satin or Sean Ross Sapp have info on who this guy actually is?
Who NWO Eric Rowan is?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Next, how will Charlotte Flair respond to Bayley's defiance? Boy, that was a great segment last time. Oh, by the way, shove.
I know. That was good.
After accepting Charlotte Flair's challenge for WWE Clash of Champions, SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley sent a message to the Queen by shoving her off her chair during a heated moment of bliss. How will the 9-time champion respond to the defiant hugger?
I always like how Raw preview usually has at least 3 paragraphs per entry. Sometimes we get a sentence on SmackDown.
Right, I know.
Will Randy Orton have an answer for Kofi Kingston's surprise attack? After vicious attacks by Randy Orton and the revival on the New Day that put Xavier Woods on the shelf, WWE Champion Kofi Kingston took matters into his own hands last week, dropping the Viper with Trouble in Paradise and pummeling Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder with a steel chair. Will the Viper and his new allies be out for payback on Kingston? Find out tonight on SmackDown Live, 8/7 Central USA Network.
All right. Time. Would you like to look at the television, Mr. Lee?
Yeah.
Let's do some questions.
Ronan Cahill. First Epico. He says, okay, I'm just going to break my record now. Last one I promised, but it wasn't the last one.
Oh, my goodness.
Ronan Cahill, can we stop with these fake scripted pipe bombs?
With these fake, like the Sasha thing?
Yeah. Rich Hardesty says at this rate, Epico is going to $10.99, y'all.
I know, right? We're going to be official employees of Epico Manga.
And then Epico with another one because he hit his limit.
Because he hit his limit.
Giovanni says nothing like Epico money, but hey, who doesn't like
a bag of chips? Saying that a bag of chips
gotcha, yeah.
would be about that much.
What are your go-to chips? His or Pringles? Pringles are good. Plain Pringles.
So if health concerns aren't an issue, which
Fritos
with
then, huh?
chips, yeah, it's scoops. It's the Frito scoops.
Fritos are good.
I used to put Fritos, like the scoops, inside like a cheese and bologna sandwich. Mm-hmm. Holy moly!
Get that crunch in there, man.
Oh boy, that's the best.
Fritos,
thing.
It's Pringles, and then it's salt and pepper kettle chips.
Pringles, I like both those options. Those are good. Yeah, those that's all good stuff. I'm also a big fan of obviously you need something with it. The Mission tortilla chips. I like those.
Yeah, those are good vessels for guacamole, good salsa, some good Que Bueno cheese product.
Que Bueno.
Jose Alaguna assigned New Japan clubs for the last 5 presidents.
Wait, what?
Assigned New Japan clubs, so factions.
Okay.
For the last 5 presidents.
So
So the person who's currently.
Well, let's go back 5 and work to him.
So it's.
I got a tweet today from somebody who was sad that we kept on bashing Trump.
They were sad?
Well, yeah, they said he used to enjoy our content, and then apparently do that so much that he stopped watching.
So we got that guy, Obama, Bush W, and then Clinton, and then Bush 1.
All right, Bush 1. He's really sneaky. He's a CIA guy.
Former CIA,
one-term guy.
Yeah.
Former CIA. I feel like he's Suzuki-gun.
Yeah, I thought that too.
CIA is Suzuki.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Clinton.
Oh, he's dude.
He's LIJ, isn't he?
No, man, no. He's Taguchi Japan. He's got 69 on his stuff.
Oh, okay.
Clinton's all about fun.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what he's all about.
W.
W. I mean, doesn't he just roll with his dad?
Yeah, but there's like he's not sneaky. He's more folksy.
He's more folksy. Okay. All right, fair enough. Would he be one of the guys who just sort of rolls on his own?
He could be a floater.
Well, what would Cheney be in?
Like Cheney seems Suzuki-gun.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think that Bush
I
rolls with
understand
wherever.
I understand your point, but then W's gonna be like the bumbling person in Suzuki-gun.
That's what he is.
He's like the Chase Owens of Suzuki-gun.
For sure, yeah.
All right, Obama.
Coolest dude there is
Chaos,
Bullet Club.
man.
Oh, Chaos?
Chaos.
Really?
Yeah, man.
No, I think it's LIJ. He's the coolest guy. What's the coolest faction?
LIJ then, yeah.
Oh,
all
man.
right,
He's like the coolest combination of LIJ and Bullet Club all together.
I know, but you got especially like Okada, Chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really chaotic about Chaos.
All right, yeah.
But, just put Obama, Okada right there. That'd be something else.
Obama, Okada.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Awesome.
That's good. Okay. All those are good answers.
And then
the
orange guy.
I don't know. What's the crappiest? What's like the turd faction? Is there a turd faction out there?
I mean, I don't want to.
He's Ring of Honor.
Yeah, there you go.
he's the honor. He's in the honor roy. The what is it called? The
honor rumble.
He's in the
honor
rumble.
I was going to say maybe he's a member of the kingdom.
That's apropos because like he thinks he's a king.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh man.
Zachary Sigmund. Braun does triple duty, having a U.S. title match with AJ, and then tag title match, then immediately after the Universal title match. I don't know if he can handle all that, man. He's a large dude.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Braun having 3 matches at Clash of Champions. He's a large dude.
You'd have to have something be a squash match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amar, but that'd be a way that Seth would get the win, I guess, because Braun would have that extra match.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Braun's just exhausted. Amar QPR, can we get Dolph going in Raw math? So being good in ring.
That fluctuates.
In ring, he's an 8.
Month to month.
He's good. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Promo, that's what fluctuates the most.
Boy, I like his stuff lately. He's got what is it when a guy has like a lot of upside, but he's like 50-50.
So totally. Well, that's got to be a 5 then.
Okay. All right. On Dalia, okay.
I'll give him a 6 because he's good. He's decent.
Really good, yeah.
So 8 in ring, 6 promo. Look.
Like a 4. He's like a decent creative character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 6. Being good, he's a 6.
So being good, he's a 6. That sounds right.
Kayfabe. Up and down, man.
He's won a lot of titles.
Yeah, he's also taken a lot of pins. 6.
Okay.
Legacy. He's probably a 6. He's like a 6+ wrestler.
How many times have you won that Intercontinental Championship, though?
A few.
Don't you have to bump kayfabe up to like 7 because he's got a lot of titles?
But you think, like hasn't been. I feel like if you're 7 and up, you're booked like really strong and just an overall win-loss record. And I don't feel like that's the case with Dolph.
Fair enough. 6. Okay.
6. And then Legacy. He's like a solid 6+ wrestler.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
That seems fair.
That's where Brett is. You should be happy with that.
Yeah. Epico going in Raw, brought to you by Epico.
Heck yeah, man.
And then he says, I want a way to tip the mods.
Yeah, we got to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Our mods deserve all of it.
Dr. Wonderlips, did Corbin change to the black tank top because Ambrose is no longer wearing it? Maybe.
That could be. I think it looks good on him. I know you're a big fan of him wrestling in his business casual.
Oh, I thought that was great.
Yeah. I like him having on some like gear that.
Oh, great question. Mr. Ollie B. Cena, Punk, and Stone Cold have admitted pooping in the ring. Who else do you think has? I didn't hear about Cena. I heard Stone Cold talk about it in the match against Yokozuna.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course, we've seen Punk's
poop.
Yeah, we've seen his actual poop.
I did not hear Cena doing it.
Cena, wow.
Who
else do you think has? God, let's go back a little ways. Man,
Doc Gallows, yay or nay?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I could see that for sure. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, what about this? What was that dude's name? Haystacks Calhoun.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
probably right.
Yeah, probably.
But like nobody knows because it just gets stuck in there.
Yeah. All matted and stuff.
What? It's like a working porta-john.
My goal is to make you vomit on air. Johann von Wolfhausen, thank you. Alexander Miller, how do you gentlemen feel about the new H champion? Pretty cool so far.
What are you talking about? Of
Pretty
course,
cool.
It's like the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Pretty
It's
cool.
awesome.
John Curley, W. Bush is Makabe and Hanma for me.
Okay, that's interesting. That could be. All right, let's take a look at this Discord over here. Let's see here. Greg Morris. Oh wow. What if you guys found out that Epico was in fact Hulk Hogan? Would that like blow our minds? We'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so conflicted now."
That'd be weird.
Our benefactor is a guy that we haven't often talked too highly of.
Yeah.
I have a little bit, so maybe he'll put some back over to me, my side.
To you?
Yeah. I don't know. That's something we'd have to discuss for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, nothing. Yeah. See, Ty Farrar says Steve's actually looking here, but there's not really a lot to go off of, so I'm going to go over to the Patreon.
Same.
Check out those questions. Alex Foster, what should King of the Ring actually get for winning beyond what they get, which is a coronation and a crown?
They should get a title shot of their choosing.
Yeah, a title shot. Title shots are just given away willy-nilly anyways.
I know.
So give one to the King of the Ring winner.
Yeah. Ryan Luckman, not a question, but posted something on the Wrestling Amino app that is very personal that I'd love if you guys saw, if any friendos still use that, if you could take a look at it.
He's on the Amino app at Larson 2021. What does the 2021 mean after your name, I wonder? Let's see here. Steve Klain, who are your favorite double champions? Guys who hold the belt.
Oh, Seth, when he had the WWE title and the US title.
That was really fun. They build that statue. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was cool. What are some other examples? When Daniel Bryan would hoist up before they unified it. That looked
as
great.
one belt, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I think other people that were tag champion then had a singles title too.
Mm-hmm. Because usually they just end up vacating a mid title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of a rarity when Seth had both the titles and he carried both of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't really happen all that often.
When was the last time a tag champion was the top champion too?
Before Seth, I mean, technically you can make the case that Kofi is tag champion and WWE champion because
have they taken it? They haven't. He has not defended the tag title.
No,
as part of that. So
WWE
they haven't.
champion.
Yeah,
they haven't really
explored
employed the Freebird rule.
Yeah, I know. Chad always has good answers for this.
Yes,
Undertaker in the Big Show in '99.
Didn't Jericho wasn't he a double champ?
Was he? That wouldn't surprise me. Let's see here.
Christopher Rampersad, why did the Street Profits not care about not being in the tag team match?
I mean, look, in kayfabe, you can just sort of say they've been hired for something very specific. They said, hey, we will pay you X number of dollars every week to come in here and talk about Raw, but you're not part of Raw's tag team division. And they'll, okay, that's a good offer. It's a good deal.
A.K.A. Billy, how will you celebrate the coronation of Baron Corbin, the Slow Wolf King?
Do like an all Baron Corbin,
like
pay-per-view.
Yeah. Baron versus Baron versus Baron versus Baron.
Oh, so many Barons in a You're Not Me match. Let's see here. Branksy boy. There's a big discussion on the internet about why the Fiend's mask changed. What could be the reason why this happened? I speculated that his victories in the ring lead to a power absorption, thus making his being more profound. His mask changed?
I haven't noticed it. If it's so, I guess it's been subtle.
Apparently there's a discussion about it. Let's see what the Twitter machine has.
Blake Whitehouse, you guys aware that the finals of the King of the Ring tournament are being held in Cedric's hometown? If so, does that change your math any? No, I don't think WWE really cares about that. Are the ridges and such more pronounced? Or is it just it could just be a matter of lighting?
Okay, hold on. New, old. Let's see here.
Yeah,
okay, so the mouth has some stuff going on here that's not evident here.
Some of that looks like lighting differences too, make it look different.
Yeah, they're
like
they're
the depth of
different.
the ridges on the face.
But I get it. Yeah,
the nose is slightly different, maybe.
I mean, he probably just has a couple. Maybe he left one at home. I don't know. I don't think that it makes. I don't think it really seems that. I like the old one better because it has a tongue in it.
Maybe that's just his tongue.
Yeah, I don't know. The old one, whatever this one is, looks cooler. But yeah, you're right. It could just be the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. They say it's brighter now. I don't know. It doesn't really seem all that different. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it. I like the idea though. I like that'd be cool if it did change based on his opponent a little bit. Little remnants of his opponent on the mask. That's a cool idea.
James Rodriguez, how long did it take you to realize that Drew wasn't winning his match after he sat in the throne? As soon as a butt cheek.
I literally tweeted as he put his hand on something. I said, "You just killed yourself. You're done.
Your chances of winning not been good." 4-inch Fox, hey there, guys. You said WWE doesn't build stars, yet Ricochet has been treated like royalty.
True.
Since he hit the main roster. Is Ricochet someone that could beat top star in the company in the next 5 years, or do you think because of his size that will hinder his chances of WWE taking a risk on him? Also, Ricochet versus Buddy Murphy, King of the Ring finals, methinks.
Okay. I think that he's got like an AJ Styles level ceiling, which is massive.
Yeah.
I think even maybe above that.
But I guess when we say stars, I think in a pretty more specific sense, we're talking about mainstream stars. People who can cross over.
Yeah. So if you look at the level of depth, I'm sorry, not the depth. If you look at the top of the roster during the Attitude Era, they really knew how to build guys who could carry the show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like there were so many top level names. Mm-hmm. You could put Stone Cold, and I mean, when you look at the top of the top, like I understand that Stone Cold, Rock, Cena, even Hogan, those are guys that might be
generational talents.
They might have that thing that you can't learn, can't teach, can't buy. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But there is also a way that you can build that kind of stuff, and I just feel like they have not done great at building that.
Yeah. Agreed.
So
I mean, they'll push people. They'll elevate people.
I think that, you look at the history, especially like here on the show when we've talked about it, Braun Strowman. I honestly think that Braun Strowman is a guy who could be absolutely top level, mainstream, huge. Mm-hmm. Like that's a dude who's like massive. He's got tons of charisma.
Yeah.
I think he's got everything, and I just think that they have not treated him all that great. He's even said as such.
Yeah, that he was frustrated with his lot in the company.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's a good show. What are we doing for non-news today?
We can talk about Gronk wrestling, perchance.
I'm going to talk. You know what I want to talk? I'm going to get our Patreon chat people and you to discuss how to handle some merch of ours.
Okay.
Because there's been a call for an FPOS shirt.
Yeah.
It's ready to go, but we got to work out some stuff first.
Okay.
We'll talk about it on the bonus show.
Has there been calls for the FPOS shirt beyond just me suggesting we do it?
Well, Alex C. wants it too.
Okay.
I think a couple other people I've noticed in chat.
I was curious because we had a conversation about it a while back.
Yeah.
And by that I mean I texted you like, hey, we should do this. And you're like, yes, we should.
Yeah,
and then you got to work on it. And what I saw looked good.
Yeah, sure. It's ready to go.
If there's more to it, we'll discuss it on Overrun.
It's a decision.
Okay.
It's a decision to make. We got this big sale coming up starting tomorrow, I think. It's today the 27th. Yeah, I think it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Over at Pro Wrestling Tees. It's site-wide, but of course our store is prowrestlingtees.com/goinginraw.
Yeah, we're on site.
We have a ton of great shirts over there.
We do.
There is one that I want to do that I think would be a little bit of fun. Some people have asked for that I think is cheesy as hell.
Okay.
But people have asked for it.
All right, we can talk about it then.
So I'll leave it up to them. I'm gonna get one of them Caljack shirts, dude.
Yeah, that new one looks really good.
There's another shirt out there that I want to get, but the Caljack, the new one from Juan Ortiz,
looks good.
Looks terrific. What a great artist he is. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.